Difference between IQ and EQ.
IQ stands for intelligence quotient. High IQ means a person will have thinking, reflexes, and quickness. For the average person, the IQ will be from 85 to 115. Some outstanding cases will have a higher IQ. When a person has a high IQ, that person possesses an extremely great intellect. They can solve troublesome problems in life that not everyone can do. Therefore, people with high IQ are easy to succeed in study and career. Besides, because it is easier to succeed than everyone else, sometimes, people with high IQ are often complacent about themselves, look down on others, and have a hard time getting close to those around them.
EQ stands for emotional quotient, understood in the ability sense to identify and control emotions and thoughts of yourself and those around you. Therefore, EQ measures a person's emotional intelligence and is a determinant of that person's behavior. According to research, people with high EQ are usually those who can withstand pressure, calm before any situation. They are also emotional people, know how to control their own emotions, and easily sympathize with others. People with high EQ have a better chance of succeeding in social life than in school, thanks to a healthy lifestyle and right thinking and decisions. EQ and IQ are two measures of a person's emotional intelligence and intelligence. So what is the difference between EQ and IQ? Let's look at the breakdown of each quotient for comparison.
IQ is a measure of a person's intelligence. Those who possess high IQ will have extremely creative minds, because they have extremely logical thinking, excellent memory. So high IQ people can absorb and remember everything quickly in just a short time. Thanks to their superior intelligence, people with high IQ are very successful in learning. Jobs such as scientists, mathematicians, doctors, engineers, programmers, are fields that are very suitable for people with high IQ, because these jobs must be needed. Logical thinking can do it. Besides, people with high IQ are often too focused on their work, thinking, so they are limited in expressing emotions, are not good at making friends, and face psychological obstacles. Therefore, these people are often not intermate and tend to prefer isolation.
EQ is a measure of a person's emotional intelligence. The ability of a person with a high EQ is to know and accurately control their emotions and those around them. Thanks to the ability to manage emotions well, people with high EQ lead a very optimistic life and can withstand pressure extremely well. Suitable jobs for them are writers, philosophers, professors, doctors, psychologists, human resource managers, leaders, because these jobs require patience and direction for others. A high EQ means that they live a very emotional life, always understand and help people around, and are loved and respected by many people. So people with high EQ are more likely to succeed in real life than in books.
EQ and IQ are both important and necessary factors for a human being. According to experts, to become a truly successful person, we need 80% EQ and 20% IQ. A high IQ will support the thinking process and calculate correctly. And a high EQ helps us calmly make more forward-thinking decisions that benefit the common good. When applying for a job, if you have a high IQ, you will be swallowed. But to work for a long time, with the ability to advance, we need EQ. Not everyone successful has a high IQ, but someone who can persuade others to follow him. So it cannot be said that IQ or EQ is more important, but we need to know the right balance and mindset when to use IQ and when to need EQ. This will help you become more complete and successful in life.
Subscribe to continue listening to my English radio where I will share interesting things from life. I love you. I'm Honey.